Hi guys, welcome to A Cumbrian Lad Outdoors and welcome to today's video. Would you look at this? Summertime in Cumbria has finally started. Parked the car up at Loweswater and it was about 22, 23 Celsius. There's not a cloud in the sky. And we are going to be climbing that right there, which is Mellbreak. So we should get some awesome views looking down on Crummock Water and hopefully be able to see over towards Scotland. Very similar to my Red Pike video. That was, the views up there were absolutely epic. Absolutely epic. So we do have a very special guest. Well, I say joining me, I'm actually joining him. He's very kindly agreed for me to come on a camp with him. A little bit out of my depth, I would say, because he's a very experienced fella, even though he tells me he's not. But I'd like to welcome to the channel Dave, the solo summiteer. If you haven't seen any of his videos, the man's an absolute barn pot. Like, some of the places he pitches his tent, absolutely cracking. But he always gets the views and he always takes some really interesting routes, and he doesn't just pitch in the normal spots. So yeah, I'm looking forward to camping with him very much. So we are just going to crack on and I'll bring you back along the way up to the summit of Mellbreak. We are parked just down there by those few houses in the centre of shot. We've made a slow start, but we are starting the ascent now, and we have just got Loweswater itself peeking into view. It is quite steep, this little bit. As you can see, Dave's ahead. Tell you what, he might be older than me, but he's fitter than I am, that's for sure. He's absolutely tramping on, so I better go and catch up. Well, we've just stopped for our first break, and when I say we, I mean me. Dave's up there, absolutely ran up here like a gazelle, and here's me breathing out my backside, but you'll see why in a minute. It's quite steep and it's scree rocks, so I'll just spin the camera around and let you have a look. Loweswater still in view, but yeah, looking back down where we've come from, you can see real scree and rock, very slippery. 2 steps forward and you're sliding back half a step, and it definitely doesn't get any less steep. It in fact gets worse. So what I'm probably going to do is just pop the camera down for now till we get to the top, I reckon. Yeah, just looking there, Dave's just pointed out, that'll give you an idea of how steep it is. Just looking at that rock face there, it really is steep. It's hard work. So like I say, I'm going to crack on and I'll bring you back once we get on the flat at the top. Ooh, definitely time for another break. We've hit a little bit of a flat spot. Just stopped for a little bit of a water break. Dave's taking on a bit of food. Very steep that. Like I say, the scree, you're going 2 steps forward and sliding back a bit. So we aren't far off the top now. We can see the summit. So like I say, we're just taking a opportunity for a wee break. And like I say, when I say we, I mean me. So I'll just give you a quick look around and then I definitely will bring you back at the top. That's looking down the last bit of a scree path that we've come up. Not as bad as the first one. Certainly easier for my Achilles, and it turns more rocky. And again, that'll give you an idea of how steep it is. And we have just got that little bit there left to go, which isn't too bad at all. You can see we've picked a lovely little flat spot there just to take a rest. And then looking down at Crummock, look at that. Not quite a mill pond, there must be a little bit of a breeze down there. Looking forward to getting to the top and getting the views from the top, because it's only going to be better than this. Well, that's us finally at the summit of Mellbreak. Bit of a slog up, I'll be honest with you. Dave's an absolute beast. I struggle to keep up with him, but it's good. It's working on my fitness, and you know, I feel alive. Food for the soul, this, it really is. So yeah, we're at the summit. You say it was 5:12. Yeah. It's 5:12 here and 5:09 just as we broke over the top there. So I'll show you around where we are now, but myself and Dave both prefer a lake view for the night. So once I've shown you around here, we're gonna have a look for a pitch with a lake view. So that peak in the middle of the shot there, that's where we just come up the I think it's White Crag, and that's 509, and we're 3 meters higher elevated here. You may be able to see in the distance we've got the Solway and over into Scotland. We've got absolutely 360 views. Got red pike there, haystacks, buttermere, Robinson, a whiteless pike. So, like I say, myself and Dave are going to look for a pitch with a lake view for the evening. We have wandered just slightly left from the summit, the proper summit, and we have found our pitch for the night. Dave's just on with setting his duo mid up there, and I've got a reasonably flat wee spot just here. But check out the view for the evening. Right on the edge, looking back over the Solway. Right down on top of Crummock Water, Randall Knot, Buttermere, Fleetwith Pike, Haystacks, Red Pike. How awesome is that? Right, time to get set up. Well, me and Dave have just been sat chilling for a bit. The tents are up. We've had a bite to eat, and I don't know, I feel better for something to eat. I've had my first beer as well, which went down an absolute treat. Views up here are something else, man. Looking down on Crummock Water and Buttermere. The sun's starting to go down, so we're getting some lovely shadows, and yeah, it's fantastic. So I'm going to quickly run you through my setup. It's the same as last week when I was camping with Kat, and then we're going to have a look at what Dave's in as well. So yeah, let's have a look. It's not a bad view out the tent, that, is it? Absolutely fantastic. We are starting to get some cloud, just starting to hug the tops around us, which is pretty nice to see. That's my pitch for the night. I have sacrificed level ground for a cracking view. I'm not quite level. I have a feeling I'll be waking up with my feet touching bottom at tent. So yeah, same setup as last week. The Scarp one on the new Sea Summit Etherlight Extreme mat with me OEX Roam 100. Tactical Duck is just having a lie down. He's had a beer too many. If you know, you know. Real Termat pulled pork with rice. Again, absolute cracker. So that's my setup for tonight. So Dave from the Solo Summiteer, this is his setup, and it's a cracker.
So we've got the Mountain Laurel Designs duo mid tent. It's a single trekking pole tent just there. And acres of space though. I just love the amount of space you get in it. And it is quite peg intensive though. There's a lot of pegs involved with it. But the tent itself, all the pegs and the inner, I think we're talking about 1.1 kilos.
1.1 kilos? Yeah. Wow.
But for the space that you get, I mean, it's amazing. I've got Outkit Pipe Dream 400 sleeping bag, Thermarest Neo Air X-Lite mat. That's my little inner tent there. I also use this Z-Light. It's cut down actually. The rest of it I use when I'm putting it under my mat, but I don't need it in conditions like this, so I just use it as a kneeling and a sit pad.
They are quite good them for, I need to get something like that to go on my seat just to keep my bum warm really.
Yeah, that's all I use it for in this situation, but see the space, it's tons of space.
Yeah, there's tons of room in there.
Palace it is, really is, yeah.
Yeah. Cracking setup that, mate.
Yeah.
Now that's a shot. Look at that. MLD and the Scarp one. Crummock Water and Buttermere. Fantastic. Right, me and Dave are going to go for a sit down and a chill. Dave's going to enjoy his wine. I'm going to have another beer, and we're just going to take these views in. Well, that's me back in my tent. Dave and I have been sat outside just taking the views in, and it's been absolutely epic. The sunset was unreal. Looking over Crummock and Buttermere was amazing. The wind has dropped a lot and there's a lot of moisture in the air. Our jackets are soaking wet, so is the tents. So we've both just jumped in our tents and it's time to get our heads down for the night. So that's exactly what we're going to do. So I shall see you in the morning.
Deep within, here we go, but somehow I'm caught in the middle. Is this the end before we've even begun? Should I work against the flow, a drop in the ocean so endless, reaching for our moments miles above? I just need one, diving in to all this endless space, falling stars, but still I see you, sweet escape, a lovely start, but letting go's the hardest part, swimming in this deep, deep blue. Hold my breath, looking up, life moves in waves that keeps changing. Catch a glimpse of what was you and me, it's gone again. Sinking in, back on the shore, one foot in front of the other. Close my eyes and feel you hold my hand just like you used to back then. These hopes dance high like sparks before they go out. But in that second, you're still mine. Diving in to all this endless space, falling stars, but still I see you, a sweet escape, a lovely start, but letting go's the hardest part, swimming in this deep, deep blue. I know I'm floating on this dream, but soon comes morning. For now I'll embrace our wondrous sea. Diving in to all this endless space, falling stars, but still I see you, sweet escape, a lovely start, but letting go's the hardest part, swimming in this deep, deep blue. I'm diving in, falling stars, a lovely start, swimming in this deep, deep blue.
Morning everyone. Wow, what a cracking night's sleep. Second time using the Sea to Summit Etherlight Extreme, and second time I've slept really well. It's really comfortable, really warm. Really pleased with that. It's about 10 to 6 now. Been awake since about 4:30, 5 o'clock, just getting my thoughts together and just sitting chilling. But beautiful. The sun's just breaking over the top of the hill over there, and as you've seen, or as you will see, depending on which order I put the videos, we've got some lovely little cloud inversions. Let's have a look around. Did have another couple join us. at a distance from last night. They just set their inner up, didn't put the fly sheet on. Fair play to them for that. It was a bit breezy last night. Absolutely glorious this morning, it really is. Sun is bright. Lovely little cloud inversions in the distance. And Dave is deep in concentration, getting some awesome drone footage. Yeah, what an absolute cracker of a pitch this has turned out to be. Really pleased we come up here today. Just brilliant. Right, time to go and get me food and get the drone out. Well, I've had my breakfast and got the drone up. Some good footage, I think, but we're just getting this bit of cloud rolling in. Not quite a cloud inversion as such, but it's pretty cool. And if you look in the distance there as well, there's a bit rolling in. Well, that's us just about ready to head down the mountain. The mist is coming in, it keeps coming and going. It's quite pretty, really. More or less finished packing up now, so I'll give you a last little bit look around. But myself and Dave aren't going to sign the video off just yet, because we're hoping to catch a waterfall a bit further down. We're going to walk down the other side of Mellbreak and then back along Crummock Water to the cars, so we're hoping to catch that waterfall. We do have a little bit of mist in the distance. And just spin you around. Absolutely glorious here now, but like I say, as you can see, the mist is coming and going. Made a schoolboy error. I forgot my bin bag, so I've had to sacrifice one of my dry bags, so I've got all my rubbish in my dry bag there. So as usual, and as it should be, I've left no trace. And Dave is packing up a very soggy MLD duo mid. Even though we've been sat a little while, the sun just dried out one corner. So yeah, that's us just about ready to get down the mountain, so I'll bring you back along the way. It's taken us about 25-30 minutes to come down the other side of Mellbreak. Much easier than it was going up the other side, and we've got to the little waterfall that you can see behind me here. Dave's just in there having a look around. I think it's scale 4 waterfall, Dave said it was, and it's really pretty here. We've still got a view just of the lake. Fantastic, so I'll show you around. There we go, you can just and so see Crummock Water there, just still on a wee bridge. Looking back up to Mellbreak. And there we go. Yeah, lovely little river. The water's clear as anything. I've washed my face in there. I was rather sweaty getting down here, trying to keep up with Dave. Absolutely fit as a butcher's dog he is. Right, let's have a go and have a look in here. Having to be a bit careful here, the rocks are very slippery. It's just tucked away nicely, this little alcove. Dave's just had his cellar shower, and of course you've got to get the shot for the gram. Absolutely stunning little waterfall this, and if you look up in the distance, it's a 100-foot plus drop. Absolutely awesome. Well, what a cracking little waterfall that is, and the perfect place to sign the video off. A huge thanks to Dave, the solo summiteer, for letting me join him on this one. It's been fantastic. It's had everything: steep ascent, epic views, early morning mist, waterfalls. I've really enjoyed it. So as always with any of the YouTubers that I do a collaboration camp with, I'll put a link to Dave's channel in the description. Go and check him out. The guy's absolutely nuts. Some of the camp spots he gets are just unbelievable. Definitely worth checking out. So yeah, time to go home. Thank you very much for clicking on the video. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as Dave and myself have. So once again, until next time, stay safe, much love, a Cumbrian lad.